Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Locks of the Day podcast. This is episode number 45. I'm here once again with Zach and Andrew, as always. Today, we are going to lock you in with NHL, NBA, and of course, the French Open tennis matches. We're just simply going to get right into it here for you with our premium picks. So, Andy, started off with the NHL. Okay, give him the 3-star.
Yes, sir. 3-star for tonight between Little Oilers and Stars. I think we're gonna get a rematch between Florida and Edmonton, so I'm going Oilers money line plus 115. Oilers with a 3-1 series lead over the Stars. Dallas can't really seem to get the offense going because Stu Skinner, man, he's just been absolutely dialed for the Oilers. He's only allowed 2 goals in the last 3 games on 88 shots and tossed a shutout in game two. It's a 97.7 save percentage in the last 3 games. So that's just tough to beat if you're Dallas. And then you got McDavid too to contain, and McDavid and the Oilers have just been producing. Even though they lost the first game, um, game one, they had a 3-1 lead and blew it. And Dallas had one good period, scored 5 goals and two empty netters. But like that was one period in game one. You go to game two, they don't score a goal. You go to game three, they score 1 goal. You go to game four, they score 1 goal. And Edmonton just pouring goals on. They had 13 to Dallas's two, and McDavid with 7 points this series. And a guy that stepped up big time for Edmonton and could be the difference maker, like come cup time against Florida, Nugent Hopkins. He's been going fucking crazy. 18 points, 9 against Dallas. He started the playoffs slow. He's only gotten a couple points in the first 2 series against the Kings in Vegas. But ever since then, he's been killing it for the Oilers, and he could be the difference in this cup run this year. So I think Dallas is cooked here. Skinner's just an actual brick wall. Oilers offense is just too fast and too skilled for Dallas, and really believe the Oilers just have more than enough like to beat the Florida Panthers this time around. And I think McDavid gets one finally. So lock in the Oilers money line plus 115 on the road.
For the 2-star, we're going to do Evander Kane to record a point at plus 130. He's been solid in the series. He's been averaging about 2.5 to 3 shots a game, which I like. He has 3 points in his 4 games against Dallas so far. Um, with that being said, he's been on a great second line. They're generating a lot of chances. They've had multiple power play opportunities when he's been out there. He's been out there for at least 3 to 4 power plays. And I mean, I think this is a night where this guy is due to have another big game. You know, he's got 10 points in the playoffs so far, and I like what we're seeing. He's getting about 15 to 16 minutes on the ice too, and he's performed better in most of his away games than he has in any of the home games so far. And like you said, this is game 5 tonight. They're back in Dallas, and they need someone to step up, make plays, find a way to win and get back to the cup this year. So Kane over half a point plus 130 is what we're rocking with. Short and simple.
Lock it in. There's your NHL picks for the playoffs. Obviously, we have the Oilers going to the Cup to face the Panthers. 2 brick walls in that, as we said. So now we'll scroll right on to NBA. Kid's got the NBA 3-star. Andrew, go get him.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be Pacers. Fuck the Knicks. Pacers plus 5.5 minus 135. Gonna stay safe here, but I think the Knicks are dead. I think they lose this game, but stay safe. Siakam and Turner are the difference makers in the series, limiting Karl Anthony Towns at only 24 points in the first 2 games and then 20 in the fourth. Got to remember, Cat had 35 in the first game with 12 boards, but Pacers adapted in games two, three, and four and only held them to under 25 points in each of those games. So, and the Pacers are deep, and you got a guy like Obi Toppin then come in, can uh, go in for Siakam or Turner, lock up Cat, be physical down low, get a couple points if he needs to, get more rebounds. And with how fast the Pacers are offensively, I mean, it's just they could gas out the Knicks real quick if they wanted to, and just run down the floor and just keep scoring and keep scoring. And the Knicks, if they want to stay in the series, they're gonna have to play the best defense of the season, like tonight. Like this game is massive for them, and I don't see that happening. Like when they got Mitchell Robinson out on the floor, it's basically a 4-on-5 for the Pacers. Like they're gonna score. Like his plus minus right now this series is horrible, like so bad. Knicks got no depth, so I think they're absolutely cooked. Brunson's tired of scoring 50 a game. Cat can't get over 25 now. Like he needs to go off for 40 for them to even have a fucking chance. So I don't see any of that happening. I think the Pacers are too deep. Great offense. They're gonna shoot lights out. So lock them in. Pacers plus 5.5 minus 135. And Zach got a 2-star.
Yeah, and for the two-star, you mentioned him quite a bit. We got Karl Anthony Towns over 34 and a half points, rebounds, and assists. And you said it right away. If the Knicks want to win this game, they they have to. Karl Anthony Towns has to go off if the Knicks want a chance to win this game tonight. I mean, he's hit this clip in 3 of the 4 games so far, and I think the big one is that besides game 2, he's averaging 12 rebounds in 2 of the games and then 15 rebounds in another one of the games. And if we expect a high-paced game, which I think we're going to see like in game 1 where it was 138 to 135, then Karl Anthony Towns is going to have to step up and have a really big game. And I don't see Big Purr going down without a fight. And that's just my opinion. So, hey, and I mean, this guy's he's been solid all year. He finally got a chance to go to a team and he gets out of Minnesota and he brings the Knicks to the Eastern Conference Finals, and I don't think he's going to go down without a fight. So win or lose, I think you're going to see him put up some big numbers tonight. So I would say over 34 and a half points, rebounds, and assists minus 110 for Karl Anthony Towns tonight, and that is the 2-star, and we're going to rock with it.
And there is your NBA lock. So now I'll swing it right into tennis for you, which is, of course, the old French Open. So we're going to give you the French Open locks, but these picks will be both on Friday, May 30th, not tonight, the 29th. Like I said, both on Friday, May 30th, because by the time this podcast is out, all the matches almost will have been started. Would only be able to pick from like 1 to 2. Not going to do that. So for the 3-star, we have Mariano Navone plus 7.5 at a minus 120 versus Lorenzo Musetti. Navone is number 97 in the world, while Musetti is number 7 in the world now. Crazy jump from him lately. It's obviously on clay, French Open, which is both their best surfaces to play on, especially Navone by a mile. Like Navone is levels above on clay than he is on grass or hard court. Not even comparable. Musetti has been playing amazing as of late on clay, going 15-3 in his last 18 matches, with 2 of the 3 losses coming to Carlos Alcaraz. So you can basically say he's 15-1 because he should lose to Alcaraz. Very impressive. But Navone is no slouch, and he can compete with almost anybody on clay and hold the tight match, whether they're good, bad, mid, whatever. He's coming off 2 impressive wins against Brandon Nakashima, then Riley Opelka here at the French Open. 2 good players. Opelka with a crazy serve, Nakashima just good all around, both Americans. And Navone beat them both. So 7.5 spread is pretty fat. And I think Navone keeps this match within 7.5 and potentially even wins a set to make it hopefully a no-sweat bet. So locking a little 3-star, Mariano Navone plus 7.5 at a minus 120. Then we're going to roll on to a 2-star. Speaking of Americans, the old Tommy Paul money line plus 110 versus Karen Khachanov. Tommy Paul is number 12 in the world and Khachanov's number 24 in the world. Both are good players, Paul being the better one and more consistent though. Khachanov, fuck yourself. I don't really like you. Tommy Paul's 8-2 in the last 10 matches, all on clay. Only 2 losses are against Sinner and Draper. Yannick Sinner, number 1 player in the world. Jack Draper, I mean, he's top 5 in the world right now. Dude's been on a fucking heater. Khachanov is 6-4 in his last 10, with one of the losses coming to Tommy Paul a month ago, also on clay. So Paul does have the advantage over him as of late. Khachanov is not the most consistent player on tour to say the least, like I said. I mean, you don't really know what you're getting from the guy. When he plays great, he's a top 15 to 20 player at worst. But like I said, he'll play like a top 100 guy. You just don't know. And Tommy Paul is a top 15 lock almost at all times, so I'm going to ride with him in his consistency. He's also been playing much better overall. So locking a 2-star Tommy Paul money line plus 110. Vegas, don't make him a dog. You boys got anything else?
All set.
Locked in. All right, well, that wraps up podcast number 45 for Locks of the Day. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next Thursday. Peace.